Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. 008 here, and today I have for you a video covering the new update and some of the features in it for Bloons Tower Defense 6. So, update 32.0 is here, so I will start things off by getting this new Adora skin, Voidora. So, let's unlock this now. Alright, nice. So, next, let's take a look at the contested territory. So, I have joined a team, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be staying in this team or not. It's a public team, meaning anyone can just join. But here's the contested territory map, and we can scroll in, and it automatically changes the angle. So we can see, based off of the colors of each tile, who holds which tiles, like which team holds which tile. So here's the map, and I'll go over a quick few things here about like which types of tiles there are. So time attack is basically like race mode. Least cash, you have to spend as little as you can on towers and upgrades and all of that to capture the tile and retain it, because if you hold that tile and then someone else beats that same mode by spending less money than you do, then they will take the tile from your team. And then there's also least tiers, where you have to get as few towers and upgrades as possible, regardless of how much each upgrade or tower costs. So, there's that as well. Note that you cannot spam a bunch of tier zeros and count that as 0 tiers. Like, even if you drop something like a 000 Dart Monkey or a 000 Super Monkey, that still counts as 1 tier. So, take note of that for these types of challenges. And then there are also some boss challenges where you have to beat like either 1 or 2 tiers of any given boss as quickly as you can, I would presume. Like, I'm not sure if it's based on speed, cash, tiers. It may be different for each one, but I'm guessing that it's based on speed, since that's how ranked bosses work. But we'll check those out another time. I will be making more videos on this update, so stay tuned. But for now, we are going to check out the Engineer Paragon. So let's go to the challenge creator and see. So let's create update 32.0. It has been a while since I have created any challenges. So let's go to update 32.0, and do we want to keep this map, Monkey Meadow, or let's do Cubism this time. So we will start on round 100 as usual. I'll select Geraldo as my hero though. So first of all, let's go back. Okay. I'll select Geraldo as my hero since he has the Paragon power totems. So let's go back to editing this challenge. Make sure everything is normal and that monkey knowledge is allowed. Okay, good. So we have this, and we're not putting on any like special conditions or anything like that. So let's go here and get started. Good, just checking that every tower is enabled. So let's first get some tier 5 engineers, and I will be playing a few rounds before upgrading to the Paragon. I'm not going to do that many rounds, just a few, so that we can get a higher degree Paragon, but we don't need to get too much. So let's get these Call to Arms villages right here. Jungle Drums does not stack, so that wasn't really necessary. And we'll get a Homeland Defense out of the range of the Engineers, since that ability buffs towers map-wide and not just in range of the village, so it doesn't matter where the Homeland Defense is placed. So let's get the Sentry Paragon, or as it's now referred to, the Sentry Champion. Let's also get the XXXL Trap right here. I'll get the larger service area, since that allows us to manually deploy the trap. So let's put it right there for now. And also the Ultra Boost right here. And I don't really think the crosspath matters, but just for a few more pops, we'll get the Faster Engineering. And I forgot to get the Master Builder before on the main menu, but let's get it right here. And fortunately, I did have enough XP to unlock this tower right away. So that's nice to have. And I will also be getting some engineers back here. Just going to spam in, like, I think it's 17 of them you need, and we'll get them all to overclock and get a cross path. I'll get the bottom cross path, since these aren't really for popping power, and I don't want them to lag the game by spawning in a lot of sentries. So let's upgrade all of these right here. Actually, I'll hit play right here. Auto start is on, so we are good. And now we can get things going. So I'll buff the Sentry Paragon right there with the Ultra Boost. And looks like the bad layer is going to get popped without any kind of issue. Just use another overclock there to be on the safe side, and another Ultra Boost just like that. And let's see, 5, 10, there are 17 of the overclock engineers up in the top right, so that's good. Use that buff right there, just slow things down a little bit. There we go. So we will need to get lots and lots of pops here, and let's start placing down these Paragon Power Totems before we forget. And I'm thinking maybe degree like 50 plus or 60 plus would be fine for this episode, and maybe I will go a little further in another video, and I'll do the first part of the getting all the pops and totems and all of that. I'll do that before I get to the part where I get the Paragon. So unfortunately we did lose there, but have no fear, we do have retry last round available. So this time I'll use an overclock right away, as well as the Call to Arms right there. And the super ceramics are not a problem, and we should be fine this time around. So the super ceramics are still a problem, unfortunately, but I still do know how to take care of this round. So let's use the Call to Arms again this time, but I will use the Homeland ability on the ZOMGs instead of just the tier 4. Unless, let's try the tier 4, but I will activate the tier 5 if need be. So far so good though, and we do not need the tier 5, at least for that round. And let's also get something at the back just to, get anything, any kind of pops that we miss beforehand. Actually, you know what we could do so that we still do get pops for the Engineer Paragon? Let's get some traps back here. At the very least. Now these alone will not stop us from losing, So we still do need to get some more stuff at the back eventually, but for now, let's at least get some of these. Place down a lot of these before the round ends. And into the next round is fine too, so let's get more totems right there. It does not matter where we place the totems, so just take note of that when you are placing your Paragon Power totems. It does not matter where you place them. However, they do have a footprint, so you don't want to be placing them like in too many places where you can maximize the popping power of a tower that actually attacks the balloons. So we are at 8 times overclock or ultra boost on the Sentry Paragon there, so let's use the call to arms right there, and I'll also get some other things like some ninja saboteurs so that we can slow down the balloons and make it easier to pop them, but without allowing other towers to steal pops. So let's get that, and let's also get a few Moab glue gunners right up here. Use the ultra boost again there, and let's get these upgrades right here. Be careful to not get the tier 5, because the tier 5 does do damage when its ability is used. It doesn't just slow down the balloons, but what we want is to slow them down. We don't want to have other towers steal pops. So nice, those traps did help at the back there, but granted, if there were too many more balloons, we would not have been able to prevent all of them from leaking there. So let's get the glue splatter cross path on these, and I'm getting the tier 4 relentless glue so that if there are any, like, lots of ceramics, for example, that they will get properly glued as well to give the sentries more time to pop the balloons before they reach the back part of the track. Alright, so not bad so far. So in the comments, let me know what your favorite part of this update is, and also let me know if you have like certain balance changes that you like. Feel free to refer to my previous video for the balance changes, and let me know like what you like most, and if there's anything you don't like about the update, feel free to let me know that as well. But in the meantime, let's keep on using the Ultra Boost on these engineers right here. Now, for those of you who are curious, here's what I've heard about the Master Builder. So the Master Builder does have an Ultra Boost, however, it's not an ability. It does not, the Ultra Boost does not, function as an ability, and it cannot be applied onto other towers. It can only be applied onto the Master Builder himself. I accidentally used the Ultra Boost on the wrong tower there. That's okay though. But it is still helpful, because the sooner you get the Engineer Paragon, the more it will be able to buff itself over time and become permanently stronger against the balloons. So that's what I've heard about it. Unfortunately, it does not have any sort of decamo function like with a cleansing foam, and it also cannot buff other towers and does not have any kind of balloon trap. So That's a little bit unfortunate, so it's not a true 555, so to speak, but it does still incorporate elements from all paths, because it does have a pin and a double gun, for example. So that is nice, but still it's not quite, it doesn't have as much as it could possibly have. Alright, so I'm not sure why there's green glue, like the solvent glue on some of the balloons there. I think that's a little bit odd, because I did not get any balloon dissolvers or anything higher along that cross path or along that upgrade path for my glue gunners, so I'm not sure why that is occurring. But and I also keep forgetting the totems, so unfortunately the Master Builder will not be as high of a degree as I previously have planned for it to be, but that's still okay. I will make another video on this same tower where I will showcase degree 100, so stay tuned for that. But for this video in particular, we'll be going to around degree 50 or 60. It just may take a little bit longer to reach that point. So let's use the Homeland Defense there, especially because of these fortified DDTs getting quite far along the track. So we are at 9 times Ultra Boost on the XXXL trap right there. So just 1 to go. And I'm thinking I'll get the Paragon at around round 119 or so. Because I don't know if we can pop 3 bads that have been ramped up to the point of round 119. So I'm not sure why I did that. I meant to... Let's retry that round. I meant to use the Ultra Boost on the Sentry Paragon right there. And I forgot that I have 1 more that I can apply to the XXXL trap. But let's use the Sabotage ability right there to slow down these DDTs and other balloons that are getting quite far. So there we are, 10 times Ultra Boosting on the XXXL trap, or 3XL for short. So that trap is getting a lot of balloons, especially because of the rapid deployment with the Ultra Boost. So we're at around, how many pops? Around 5 million pops or so, which is about a third of what we can get. 16.2 million is the max amount that we can get. So I will not be like getting that many pops before I upgrade, but we will still see what we can do here. So, alright. Use one of these abilities right here to slow down these balloons, especially the super ceramics. Alright. Now there are these crazy fast DDTs coming in. I'll just use the Ultra Boost on the Sentry Paragon right there. Since it's the strongest tower I have for popping the balloons. And after this round in particular, I think we will get the Master Builder going, as long as it's at least degree 50, otherwise I'm going to go a little bit further. But we do have the max upgrade cost and upgrade tiers, and close to a third of the max pops, as well as some totems, so I think we'll probably get close to degree 60, so let's turn off auto start right there, and upgrade, and thinking, let's use a support Chinook right here to move one of these tier 5s closer to the center of the map, because that would maximize its popping power, I think. So let's sell that village right there, get the Energizer to make this cooldown that much faster, and we will get it mid-round. I'm fine with that. So let's move the trap right here, and we will get the Master Builder right now. Degree 64, I'm fine with that, it's nice. And I'm going to sell everything that is not the Master Builder himself, and we will see how far we can get without any kind of support. So this ability allows you to drop the 3 sentries, the 3 mega sentries that can be spawned by the Master Builder. So I'm going to put this one down here since it's better off firing along a straight line. You do have to micro this sentry. It functions sort of like a plasma accelerator, and it deals damage along a straight line. I'm not sure if it deals more damage if you specifically aim it at the specific balloons it's targeting rather than just leaving it on a straight line or not. But round 119 was not that hard right there. So here's this red sentry as well. And the red sentry, I believe, shoots missiles of some kind, unless that's the blue one. Let's see. No, the red one actually shoots out projectiles that look similar to those from the anti-balloon. So let's sell that Moab glue gunner right there, and looks nice and strong. So then we have this blue one right here. Let's put this one a little bit. We could put it right here. And there is a cooldown, but it is pretty quick. And then you cannot spawn any more than the 3 mega sentries at a time, but you can replace them. So you can do that. So this blue sentry right here shoots missiles of some kind. So for the green one, I'm just going to keep it around. I'm not sure why my device is doing that. I'll just put it right here. Basically where it was, but maybe a slightly better placement. I'll move the red one back a little bit so that we can see the other ones in action a little bit more. So let's basically swap the blue and the red right there. And let's put the blue one right there. So let's see. It's hard to see, but it does appear to be. Let's sell some of these. The blue one does appear to be shooting missiles of some kind. So look at how fast those BFBs are going down from the green sentry with the plasma accelerator-like attack. That is pretty strong, pretty solid. It's not taking down these ZOMGs that quickly, but it's still not that, bad. It's not, weak or anything. But let's see how far we can get with this. Unfortunately, I can't, get rid of these blue traps from the tier 4 engineers that I spammed in earlier. But that should not really affect the results of this, because the blue sentries cannot trap any Moab class balloons, and a ceramic, for example, is unlikely to be what ends the game for us. So we'll just keep going for now, and I want to use this time as an opportunity to talk a little bit more about some of the other videos that I plan on uploading to my channel soon. So first of all, about the update, the version 32.0 update for BTD6. I will be uploading another video based on contested territory, as well as a video after that about the Engineer Paragon Degree 100 specifically. And after that, I will also be uploading a video that covers the balance changes and displays them in-game, rather than just talking about them. Because I did upload a video yesterday, as of when I am recording this video, and I'll probably upload the video today as well, especially because it is about a brand new update, and it's best to strike the iron while it's hot, so to speak. So I will be uploading this today as well. But the balance change video that I would like to make, like I'll go into sandbox mode and cover some of the changes there, and specifically showcase them rather than just talking about them, because I did want to get out a video talking about the changes very, like, smoothly and quickly, but I also would like to make a separate video about, like, I want to make a separate video that is specifically showcasing those changes rather than just talking about them. So that's all as far as the update is concerned. I also want to get back to my Let's Play series and map guides on different game modes. So here's round 140 with a fortified bed and then a normal bed that follows. So that first bed right there only gets to the end of the straight part of the, like the first straight part of the track. It barely starts to turn before it and all of its children are popped. So that's nice to see. So we got plenty more rounds that we can go before we are like at the point where we'll lose to the intense ramping of the balloons. Notice how this Engineer Paragon also pins any non-bad balloons it hits. So it can stun almost anything. Even ZOMGs and DDTs do get stunned. So that's pretty nice to see. Getting back to the channel though, I would like to upload more map guides and continue with my SMP series, which I only have one episode out for thus far. Unfortunately, there has been a griefing incident on the server, but the players who were responsible for the griefing have been banned from the server, so we should not run into problems like that in the future. But I have not been making much content on the Minecraft server recently, so I would like to get back to that, because I do like the concept of the server, and I have not played much Minecraft recently, so it gives me more motivation to play and to just be active on the server and all of that, so I would like to get back to that soon. And also, new games on the channel. I am thinking of adding a couple more games to what I play already. Perhaps BTB Battles 2 and perhaps even some short-term games, some mini-series for games that have, like, visible endpoints where you beat the game after you just play a little bit of it. Like, you have to, like, older games that, like, were some of my childhood favorites. So let me know if you want to see some series on games that are quick and easy to beat like that, but are still, like, fun and nostalgic, because I would definitely like to make some series on games like that as well. So yeah, we are also getting pretty close to 3,000 subscribers on the channel, so I am very much happy about that and looking forward to hitting that milestone, and it would be really nice if we could hit it before the end of the summer. So, as of right now, it is August 4th, I believe, when I am filming this video. So given that, I would definitely be happy with hitting 3,000 subs before the end of the summer, If we don't hit it that soon, that's okay too, but it's just a nice goal I would like to set, and so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because the sooner we hit 3,000 subscribers, the sooner I will make some special videos for that, in memory and as a sort of commemoration to this milestone that is upcoming on my channel. So yeah, I would like to definitely introduce some new series, whether it be Battles 2 or it be childhood games, or perhaps some new sub-series as well, like some new series that are within games that we already have on the channel, but are still different types of videos. For example, on Minecraft, maybe a Let's Build series, because I would definitely like to make something like that, so that would be pretty cool to put on the channel. So getting back to the gameplay for now, we're at round 157, and I definitely do think that we may get close to 200. I'm not sure if we'll beat 200 or not. I have seen a video on Ethan Reed's channel. He also makes BTD6 videos, and he tested the Degree 100 Engineer Paragon on logs, and he got to round 217, I think, before the Bloons just got too difficult, too fast and strong with the ramping. And Super John Bombo also uploaded a video about the Degree 100 Engineer Paragon, and he got to round 200 before losing to the second Fortified Bad ever so slightly. He almost beat it, but he lost on round 200 on Monkey Meadow. So those results were quite interesting, and I want to see how far I can get with this new tower, and hopefully we can get to close to 200, perhaps even to 200, or maybe even a little bit past, who knows. So I have seen some people say that, in their opinion, the Engineer Paragon is a little bit underwhelming, and I can understand why some people would think that, especially because of the, especially because it is not quite as strong as the Navarch of the Seas, and the Navarch is, still stronger, or still cheaper rather, and as strong as it once was, at least at Degree 100. But the lower degrees have been nerfed in a previous update, not in this one. So, version 31 and version 32, Navarch is the same except for a price increase that it got in this update, but even so, it's stronger at a cheaper price. But then again, it could be argued that that's fair because it can only be placed on water, and some maps don't have any water, which means you have to use powers to put the Navarch on those maps, whereas other maps have very little water, so it's understandable why the Navarch, even at a cheaper price, would be stronger. Sort of like how the Monkey sub is one of the strongest towers in the game in general. Not just in BTD6, but also in BTD5, and in Battles 2, especially with spamming a bunch of first strikes. So, yeah, I can see, given its limited placement, spots, how it is, justifiably as strong as it is. But yeah, that is, an interesting topic. Let me know, do you think that the Engineer Paragon is strong enough as it is, or do you think it should be buffed given how expensive it is? I'm interested to hear your opinions on that. So yeah, we're at round 169 now, and The bad balloons are getting a little bit farther along the map. Even the regular ones are getting like more than halfway through the track, or close to halfway at least. So we will probably lose on round 200, if not before then, but I would like to see if we can at least make it to round 200, because that would be pretty nice, even with degree 64, I believe is what we have. Let me check. Yes, 64. So here's the description. I forgot to mention that earlier. Monkey engineering developed to perfection creates 3 mega sentries that can build their own sentries. So yeah, that's cool. Notice how the purple sentries, the plasma ones, are being deployed by the 3 mega sentries, not by the master builder himself. He deploys the big sentries, and then the big sentries deploy the smaller ones. So yeah, that's nice to see, and it's a cool concept. I like that. So we'll see how far this Paragon can go. And notice how it says 28,873 money generated by this engineer, but I'm pretty sure that's from the 3XL, because the 3XL is the engineer that we upgraded into the Paragon, but the Paragon does not generate any kind of income, even though one of its 5th tier components, or one of the 5th tier engineers required to make it, does generate money. So it's a little bit interesting how, if you really think about it, none of the Paragons are true 555s. They do all incorporate things from all 3 paths of their respective towers. However, they're not true 555s, if you know what I mean. For example, the Apex Plasma Master shoots Ultra Juggernaut balls, so it is a tier 5 along the top path. It shoots 3 at a time, so it's tier 3 along the middle path. They're made out of plasma, but can still pop all bloon types, obviously, even though most plasma attacks cannot pop purple bloons. But that's all it really has along the middle path, beyond the 3 projectiles at a time. It's just visual beyond that. It does not have any kind of ability to make Super Monkey fans or Plasma Monkey fans. And along the bottom path, it pops camo. It has a big range, similar to the Crossbow Master, and it shoots really fast. However, it does not have any, it cannot shoot crits. It does not deal any critical damage, like bonus damage, with any of its attacks. So in that sense, it's not a true 555. The Boomerang, the Glaive Dominus, has the orbital glaives and the ricochet along the top path. It has the attack speed of the permacharge, however it does not have an ability. And it has the Kylie Boomerang effect. Note how the projectiles go straight instead of going in an arc, like the lower tiers, so it does have that. And it also has the anti-Moab Kylies of the tier 5, however, it does not shoot them as fast as a permacharge, as fast as a true 555 would shoot those projectiles in particular that deal extra Moab damage and repel them. So in that sense, it's not a true 555, and also it does not have an ability to buff its attack speed or damage. The Ascended Shadow has the attack speed of the Grandmaster Ninja, but it does not drop sticky bombs as fast as it would if the Grandmaster Ninja's attack speed increase affected that specific attack. And it does have the Grand Saboteur ability permanently, how it decreases the hit points of newly spawned Moab class Bloons. Or actually no, it decreases their speed but not their hit points, so it has the tier 4. but it does not have the ability to reduce hit points of newly spawned Moab class Bloons, and its stickies do not get deployed as fast as they would if the Grandmaster Ninja cross path or path affected the deployment speed of that specifically. So in that sense, that's not a true 555. The Knave Arc of the Seas has the Trade Empire buff and generates income every round, and it has the mini aces that shoot anti-Moab missiles and lots of darts. So it has the top and bottom path tier 5s. However, it does not shoot grapes or cannonballs like the middle path does. So in that sense, it's not a true 555. And the Master Builder has the Paragon sentries along the top path and the pin and double gun along the bottom path and the overclocking along the middle path, but it does not have the ability to overclock or ultra boost other towers. It does not have the Bloon trap, so because of those two things, it's not a true 555. So the Paragons do incorporate things along all paths, which I like, but they're not as strong as they could potentially be. But I'm sure Ninja Kiwi has their reasons for not making the Paragons true 555s. And something else regarding the Paragons that I would like to say is that I did watch part of a live stream on the Bloons channel where he had Rohan Speebo, also known as Rohan SA on YouTube, on a live stream of his, and Rohan is a developer at Ninja Kiwi, and Bloon asked him some questions regarding future Paragons, and Rohan stated that future Paragons that Ninja Kiwi is planning to make, the ones that are released in the future, released like or function in such a way that they have more specialized attacks. Like, for example, certain ones may be more like predisposed to dealing high Moab damage, whereas others, well, all of them would probably deal high Moab damage because they're 555 towers. They're just that, like, advanced, that expensive, that strong. But some may be better at popping badge, whereas others may be better at stunning the lower tier Moabs or repelling the lower tier Moabs. So that's an example of that. Unfortunately, we lost there, but if we do some micro, we will be able to beat this round. So let's do that real quick. But Rohan did say in that live stream on the Bloons channel that future Paragons, long story short, will be more specialized, more tailored to like performing certain like duties rather than just being general all-rounders, so to speak. So that's an interesting thing to think about, and unfortunately we lost there as well. I think that it's better, turns out it's better if we just leave this plasma accelerator sentry to attack along the straight line that it is attacking along right now. So this may be the round that we end up losing on, unfortunately, but that's fine. I mean, after all, it's degree 64. It's not maxed out. It's not as strong as it could be. So we'll have to check out the degree 100 in another episode. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, and I hope you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more interesting content. And I will catch you all again and talk to you all again in the next video. So stay tuned for more Update 32.0 showcases and I will talk to you again then. Peace out.